Isn't it funny how sometimes you start out with one thing in mind and then another thing comes into your head halfway through the project? So this car has obviously been calling out to me, don't junk me. So I needed something to do this weekend, and I spent this weekend bringing this baby back. I got it all stripped down. I got some OSPO working on some bad places. And I'll sand it down tomorrow with some 80 grit and get some epoxy on it. And I ordered a roof skin. I've been working on the inside, getting it cleaned up. I've been spraying it down with the OSPO, converting the rust back over to metal, I guess. And it's not looking too bad. I got to get these seats out of here. They've been sort of difficult. You know, everything's carpet's burned around all the bolts. But got all the glass out. Got the burn off of it pretty much. Working on the outside. I want to get this in epoxy, then I can concentrate on the inside of the car. But I wanted to get the metal back before it was too late. I'm not even going to try to mess with the hood. It's pretty rusted. You know, it's got holes in it, and I'll pick one of those up at the swap meet. Got the cowl off there. Everything's really solid under there. All the wiper linkage is still intact, and basically this was a byproduct of not only the gas, but the way they ran this wire right here. They for some reason put the battery on this side of the car. Should be over there. And they ran the cable there behind the booster. And it looks like they just connected it to a cable or something. Bolt through a cable in, eyelet to eyelet there. And that baby shorted out when the insulation or electrical tape burned off there, and it was dead short to the firewall. So that was the main damage inside the car. It didn't get gas in there. It was an electrical fire, and then it lit all the carpet. They had so much carpet and padding in this thing that it's probably saved it. Here's a good example. You know, they had sound deadener everywhere. This car is rock solid, no rust, other than the surface rust that was on it, and we're going to deal with that. I'll get these seats out of here, and we'll do the old bed liner trick in here. The floor is pretty decent. They put a patch here and there. We'll order a carpet kit up, and the main problem with this car is it's got a certificate of destruction, which is a shame, because I can fix the car. But we'll use it as a project car, a video car, whatever, and whatever. We'll take it to the car show and maybe take it out to the track or whatever, just have some fun with it. But definitely not time for this one to become a parts car. It's a little too nice, and it's a little distraction from the Nova, but it's keeping the Nova company. And it's got a really nice front end on it. To clean that up, and it'll be a sweet car back together. So we'll attack this motor after I get some of the metal stable on the outside of the car. We'll pull the motor out and address the firewall and stuff. And obviously we're going to have to rewire everything on this one. But I did make a mistake, and I called this a big block the other day, and I offended some Pontiac guys. I apologize. I understand that, you know, all the blocks are the same size and the displacement is different. So it's a 455, not so much a big block. And yeah, so that's what's going on with that. So I decided to be crazy and prime this baby up and save it. And I'll work on the title deal. I know there's guys out there that are smarter than me with titles, and maybe somebody can help me with that, direct me the right way. I do have a title. It's just a certificate of destruction. Somebody said I might be able to get it titled in Kentucky or George, I don't know. I might be able to put it all together and let Musty One drive it for a little while and have him title it in Maine. But somebody can use it, I'm sure, or I'll just keep it and look at it. But yeah, had to buy a new vacuum. I set mine on fire the other day. I had the mask on, so I didn't smell it, but it was flaming out of the top. I guess a piece of glass that got stuck in the motor, and it wasn't very happy. But yeah, so you can see the metal cleaned up, you know, really good, I think, compared to what it was. It looked like that when it came in. And the roof's just too bad to fix. I know I could fly Tommy's shoe out here and he could pop that out and you know, we could fix it, but it's got some rust here and there, and our roof skin was 300 bucks, a little over. They were on sale. So it's the same one as the Nova. I'm going to pick that up. We'll just take it off right here at the spot welds and put the whole panel up there. I ordered a brace kit also. We'll get all those braces replaced in there that got damaged from the fire. That's from where they put water on it when it was burning. But yeah, the doors don't look too bad down in there. I got all the glass out, and it was just the panels that caught on fire. And you know, this door had a little more heat on this side of the car than the other one. Hence the fuse boxes right there. And that was the main fire on this, was electrical. The gas started it out here, you know, and once it shorted out in here, it just continued into the car. The engine compartment's really not in that bad a shape though, you know, nothing's burned as far as control arms or any of that. And I'll get this jacked up tomorrow and do a video of the bottom of the car. It's got all brand new ball joints and stuff on it. Everything's new underneath there. I took a peek. It's got a high torque starter on it. It's got some sort of new converter in it. And this is a fairly fresh restore or whatever. They just gone through the car when the fire happened. So everything's fairly new. I'm hoping that the motor can be well, I can know it'll be saved. I'm just not sure whether I'll have to bore it, replace the pistons, or if I can just take it apart, clean it up, and regasket it. And you know, stuff like that. We'll find out later. I just want to get the car stable, which we'll have done tomorrow. I'll get it in some primer. I'll turn the camera on, and we'll make a a primer video. I am going to use a little etch primer on this because it's rusty metal, so I want to take all the precautions that I can to get maximum protection. So we'll hit it with a little etch, then we'll go over it with some epoxy primer. And this is a pretty common color, so that's not a real problem to match that. And I got to do a little work up in here, but I'll grind that down when my roof skin comes. I don't want to cut this off until I get the new one. And we'll do some videos on putting a roof skin on your muscle car. That's pretty cool. A lot of companies make hard parts for these now, so they're really easy to repair. And if I can get a title for it, I'll even buy a dash and all that stuff for it. Everything's available to repair the inside back to new. But for a project car, make a few videos, hang out with you guys. It'll be a cool project, and we're going to keep it from seeing the crusher anytime soon. And somebody put a lot of work into this, and it's a shame that it caught on fire. Somebody had mentioned that you should keep a fire extinguisher in your car, and this is a really good example of that. So if you guys are restoring your car, and if you're if you're able to buy a fire system, that's probably the way to go. You can leave the bottle in the trunk, and in case of an emergency, pull the button. That's always a good alternative to a fire extinguisher. It's sort of limited, but it would have probably helped in this case. The only thing that was going to help this was getting the battery disconnected, and that's sort of hard to do when everything's on fire and burning. It's the last thing you're thinking about doing is stopping the source. But this one's definitely an electrical fire once I got in the car, and I found that over there, and it's a dead short, and you can see where it lit up the firewall over there. But surprisingly, this firewall is in excellent condition. There's no rust in the normal spots. So Car's constructed a lot like a Nova. It's got a few differences, but pretty much the same. A little different around the windows here, you know. You have to have this trim back here because it's, well, you can see how skinny it is. So we'll have to get some of that stuff if we ever, you know, make it a really full-on driver. But, yeah, I think it'll be fun to get this thing running again and all in one piece. So I know some of the other guys in the garage wanted to see it fixed, not stripped. So anyway, I will get back on the Nova, I promise. You know, just couldn't let this one go. You know what I mean? Once I got started on it, it's taking my mind off things, and you know, if nothing else, I owe it that. So we'll do something with it for sure. I need a hood. Anybody knows where I can get a hood? I need one of those. So, and it's unique to this car because it's sort of raised up in the center. I guess I could put a cowl hood on it. Maybe a Nova. I don't know if a Nova hood will even fit on this. It's completely different in the front. So that's pretty much what I'm lacking is the hood. I can get all the glass and stuff like that, and like I said, the roof's an easy fix. But thought I'd give you guys a little update, try to keep you along on this one, and I'll turn the camera back on tomorrow after I get all this etch sanded off. So you can see it turning the rust black. This is the second go around with this. I figured I'd hit it twice, pull as much as I could out of there, and of course I have a lot more to go in the dash and down in the cowl panel. I got to get that cleaned up, but this is looking much better already, just turning black from the converter. And you know, this one needs to be pulled up a little bit. Like I said, the majority of the heat was right here and then went right into the car, into the fuse panel, and then across the dash. And yeah, I guess you can only imagine the path of the fire, but you can see where it's hotter on the front of the doors on both sides. So the majority of the fire was contained to the dash. But anyway, doesn't matter how it happened or how it burned, it's just how it's going to get running again is the key here. So we're working on it. Till the next video, don't forget to push that record button and subscribe to this channel if you wouldn't mind. It'll help the channel grow, and it helps me out a bunch. So till the next video, thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.